Setting and reaching goals. How to formulate clear goals from your vision. In this video you will learn how to derive goals from your vision, how to define SMART goals, and how to divide big goals into intermediate goals. A vision is an imagination of what your life should look like in the future. You might have a vision like have a career, or you might want to live healthier, or other similar things. But you may have never actually asked yourself what that means exactly. It is therefore difficult to define an exact point in time or state when you have made your vision a reality. Since there is no clearly defined end state, the journey there is seldom clear. George, for example, is a student and he plays poker. He has long had the vision to be able to live off his poker winnings. However, he hasn't thought about what that actually means and how it fits into his current living situation. Is poker as a part-time job enough for now? Or does he want to drop out of university to live from poker exclusively? For these questions, George hasn't got an answer yet. His dream of living from playing poker is still very vague, and he doesn't know how to realize it and integrate it into his life. In order to realize your vision, you should derive clear goals and define these in the SMART way. The abbreviation stands for specific, measurable, attractive, realistic, and timed. Specific means that a goal is formulated precisely and clearly. It tells you what outcome should be reached. George, for example, formulates the goal of earning his living with poker as a part-time job from his vision. A goal is measurable and includes criteria that show you when you have reached your goal. George makes his goal measurable by, for example, defining how much money he needs to win each month in order to cover his living expenses. For this, he needs €1,000 a month. With his volume of 50k hands a month, he therefore needs to beat NL 100 with a win rate of at least 2 big blinds per 100 hands. Set yourself attractive goals. The more attractive a goal is, the higher your motivation will be to work on achieving it. For George, his goal is attractive since poker as a part-time job gives him flexibility and independence. He also enjoys playing poker, and it is no run-of-the-mill job. At the same time, set yourself realistic goals. For example, you can think about what you have already reached in this area of your life and use it as a reference point. From this, you can see how much you can still improve in that area. George currently beats NL 25 and thinks that moving up 2 limits is challenging yet achievable for him. A goal includes a date by which you want to have reached it. Depending on the type and size of the goal, as well as personal circumstances, this date needs to be decided individually in order to be realistic. You can use the time it took you to reach similar goals in the past as a reference point. George wants to reach his goal in 10 months. George has set himself the goal of building reserves for 3 months and earn €1,000 a month at NL 100. Big goals can be divided into intermediate goals. This way your motivation is higher since an intermediate goal lies within your reach and you will get a sense of accomplishment quicker. Furthermore, the planning of bigger goals is more difficult and complicated, since the journey to your goals is very long and there is the risk that delays can endanger you reaching your overall goal. However, if you set yourself intermediate goals, less actions are needed to complete them and less can go wrong. The risk of delays is therefore smaller. Every intermediate goal should also, like your overall goal, be defined by SMART. Intermediate goals can then again be divided into further intermediate goals. You should keep doing this until you know exactly how to reach your goal. George wants to divide his overall goal into intermediate goals. He currently beats NL 25 and wants to win enough on this to have a bankroll for NL 50. He considers 50 stacks to be sufficient for this. On NL 50, he wants to win 50 stacks again for NL 100 to then be able to win reserves for 3 months, i.e. €3,000. He will reach his overall goal when he wins at least €1,000 a month on NL 100. Here is a summary of the most important points. A vision is a vague imagination of what you want to achieve in a certain area of your life. In order to realize your vision, you need to derive clear goals from it. These goals should be defined using the SMART way. Therefore, they should be specific, measurable, attractive, realistic, and timed. Big goals should then be divided into intermediate goals.